Welcome to the strategy session. Let me hit the show my screen button so you can all see the screen. Here we go. Thank you, Randy, for letting us know. Let's see. We're going to have a guest today. It's going to be a member, and I think we're going to start doing more guests. I want to hear what you guys are doing and just pick your brains, the guys who are really producing, and we're going to have Paul on today to talk, and he has some stuff to talk about too, to follow up on some content from last week. But before we get into that, I just want to mention that there's a quick tutorial about how to run a Facebook retargeting campaign using LeadBarrel. We can now add scripts in LeadBarrel, meaning we can use third-party things like split testers, Facebook conversion pixels, analytics if you want to use Get Clicky or something. And one of the things you can do is put your custom audience scripts from Facebook inside of a LeadBarrel page. So when you guys have time, I'm not going to do this live today. I'd rather refine this and do more training on it before we really launch it. But there's a quick video about how to do a little quick retargeting campaign on Facebook. And in case you don't know, retargeting is basically where somebody visits a site or a page and then you rerun ads to all the people who visited. And you'll notice in this case study that we're only retargeting to add ads to people who actually opt in. There's a lot of ways to do it and a lot going on there, but that's the latest content. We had our basic session, was that yesterday? Yeah, basic session yesterday. We just ran through the basic REtechulous method. And then today, I'm going to bring Paul Holland live, who's been a member probably for 4 or 5 years. And Paul's going to talk a little bit more, well, I'm going to kind of rib him, but I'm going to let him talk a little bit more about the kind of reputation kind of stuff that he does for his own business and that he does for other business owners. And this is a piggyback on the webinar we did with Jeremiah last week about the kind of the seals with different media. Paul's doing a lot more than that in his own real estate practice, and I thought it'd be fun to bring him on since he was a member and everything. So, Paul, let me make you an organizer and figure out how to get you live here. And as usual, everybody just bring up, talk, say whatever you want. If you have a page you want us to look at or any questions or anything, go for it. So let me make Paul a panelist and see if I can bring his audio live. Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. How about me?
I hear you good. I want to make sure here that the audio in Screencast-O-Matic is configured right. I won't worry. I'm worried that on the recording you won't be very clear. I've never done it like this, so let me just make sure. Okay, so Paul, you're in Kansas City, right?
That's correct.
Yep. And then can I pop a website in for anybody who doesn't know you already? I can kind of show them your main website.
For my real estate?
Yeah.
Just kcmetroteam.com. It's just my broker site.
Yeah, but you're generating most of your leads off of the foreclosure funnel, I think.
That's correct.
Okay. So you do a lot of it outside of your main branded site.
Yeah, keep scrolling down the page there, Ryan. See where those stars are.
Oh, okay.
Let me show you. Yeah, let me send you another link here.
Yeah. Now, do you want to take over?
That's up to you.
Let's see, make presenter. Why don't you take over? Just give us a tour. Yeah, we'll stick to the topic at hand, which is the reputation type stuff, and I'll just let you go. Is that all right? I'm kind of putting you on the spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, I think I made you presenter. Let me do this here.
Okay, I think it's showing me.
There we go. It's starting to now. Great, great.
Okay. So with reputation, I got a couple of slides I can show to kind of give some background information. But what we're doing is reputation marketing. A lot of people don't understand the difference. So reputation marketing is kind of mixing reputation management and brand marketing and bringing them together, because as a small business owner, um, your reputation is your brand. We don't have a swoosh like Nike. We don't have the Coke symbols, the Pepsis. Um, our reputation is our brand, right? So what we're trying to do is show people the importance of building your five-star reputation, so that when people search for you, they see a five-star reputation. I got a couple statistics I'll show you, but this is kind of what it looks like on my website. As people scroll down, they're showing 9 positive reviews down here, and then there's little thumbnails of the videos of my client testimonials, and you click those, and it'll pop up an actual YouTube video. And those are just something that you can do. I can do separately, but the actual text-based reviews are fed in here as well. And it's just constantly updating all my reviews. Every time I get a new review, it posts on here saying, that we did a good job for them.
So where?
And that way we're staying fresh, we're staying relevant. We have, new reviews on a regular basis.
So a couple questions. Where are you? Where in your kind of sales process do you ask for a review? Is it post-close?
I asked at the closing table, pretty much.
Okay.
Or the next day. And let me show you a couple of statistics here real quick. Do you mind if I show a PowerPoint slide?
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
I knew you had a lot of this stuff laying around, so whatever you want to show us is great.
Yeah. Well, let's start with this. Can you see the whole thing? Or?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. So just back stepping a little bit, the referral marketing, a lot of real estate agents rely on referral marketing, right? And what you got is you've got a one-to-one. One person tells another person. You just closed a deal with Joe Smith. He goes out and tells his buddy Jim that you did a great job. And he might tell another person. But then after maybe a year or something, you may not be getting referrals from Joe Smith anymore. It's typically private. It's finite. There's a limited amount of people that's going to talk to Joe. And Joe is not an asset of your company. So what we try to do, or what we're doing with review marketing is, it's 1 to 1,000 people, or 100,000 people, however many people can see you on the web, on the internet. It's public. That person is reviewing you. They're referring you to everybody in the net, the internet, that can see, your reviews and stuff. It's perpetual, constantly reviewing. You don't have to stay top of mind for Joe for him to say, hey, I got a great real estate agent. Somebody's searching, it's out there on the internet. And, the reviews and the videos and stuff that we put out there become a company asset. If you were to ever sell your company, like my KC Metro team, if I sell my team name to somebody in the future, those reviews stay with that company, and my Google reviews stay with that company. So it becomes a company asset. Now this here talks about how the ratio of reviews written by respondents to every 100 companies, and it says here, most respondents had written between 5 and 10 reviews out of every 100 companies. So it's a very, very small number, really. 5 to 10% of people review companies. And
probably
you want to try and be one of those 5 to 10%, and you want to continually try and get more and more of them, obviously.
So,
did you have a question, Ryan?
So I would guess most agents, I know when I was really active, I never really thought to ask for a testimonial or a review. But if you're proactive about it, you can probably get most people to say something about you, right?
Absolutely. We have 100% rate on our feedback. Now, we have a system where people can give us private feedback, and I can show you one of those. What it is they can leave us a review, and it stays within our system unless it's a 4 or 5 star review. And then as long as they give us a really good review, we can take them and ask them to leave that review on an online review site such as Google Plus or Yelp or Zillow or Trulia for us real estate agents, mortgage advisors. I know they have Zillow, but I'm not sure exactly what else. But we can redirect that review and have them all they have to do is copy and paste and leave that review online. And again, I can show you a sample of that here in just a second.
Mm-hmm.
But what I really want to show you, as far as these statistics, and let me get to it here. Here we go. What would make respondents more likely to leave a review online? If the employee that helped me asked me to, 27%. If there was a convenient place to leave a review, 38%. And then the next one was if I knew the entire staff and owner would read it. And then 22% is if I emailed a few days later. Well, our system covers every one of those, and I'll show you exactly how that we do that. This is people leave negative reviews mostly to inform and might have an impact on the business for the negative reviews. We don't get negative reviews. Even the people that I close a deal with who I think aren't going to leave me a great review, I send out the review, and they at least give us, hey, they did really good. I had a buyer recently that really had a bad time with a Fannie Mae foreclosure, and I thought he was just going to hammer me. It was all outside of our control, of course, but he actually gave me a 5-star review and left it on Facebook for us too. So I was pretty thrilled with that.
Are people? I'm sorry to cut you off. Are people looking for real estate agent reviews before they work with you? Are they Googling your name, or do you have any way?
Yeah, absolutely. When somebody that's what this slide here talks about. Yeah. When somebody gets a review nowadays, 90% of them are going to go online and Google you. They're going to search for you. They're going to do some research before you even come out for a listing presentation. So they go online, they see what your reviews are, what your score is. And take a look at this slide, Ryan. The company that respondents would call first, 55% of the people said that businesses that had excellent 5-star review and a great reputation. 27% talk about the cheapest. Now, you always got the price seekers. We always have that. That's not going to go away. But only 18% talk about the first person that is on the search, that came up on the search. So SEO is still important. You've got to get on the page for them to see the reviews, but you don't have to be number one in the search engines anymore. You've got to have a good reputation.
We have a question from Greg. He just wants to know where you're getting all the stats from. I know you.
It's Real Strategic did a survey. Real Strategic Incorporated. They went out and they reviewed hundreds, and I don't have the exact number, but they did hundreds of interviews with people asking about the reviews.
Okay.
And where they review people, where they find them, what they do, that type of stuff.
So.
Did you have another question?
So somebody goes and they opt into your foreclosure list. You send them a drip email. You have a conversation with them, and then you're about to set up an appointment. And you try to close the appointment. Then they go to Google and they Google your name. I guess that happens.
Right.
And then ideally, what do they find? Show us.
So Casey Metro team, now we've got 3 Google reviews. We just started this back in the fall. And you have to have a Gmail account to leave a Google review. So it's a slow process. I'm not going to lie to everybody and say, hey, this is something that's going to happen overnight. And honestly, you don't want it to happen overnight because you could get the Google slap.
They'll know
Google
if you're
could
spamming.
Come back and say, hey.
So I can't tell all my brothers and my cousins and everybody to go leave me a review.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. But you scroll down. Let's take a look at some videos. Here's all of our video reviews, and those are out there. So if somebody comes in and takes a look and sees, if they're searching us, they see we have 3 Google reviews. Now, you've got to have at least 6 Google reviews for your stars to show up in Google. Okay. And so we're working on getting those up. But we have Facebook reviews, we have Yelp reviews, and that's what we're trying to get going here. show you the Google Plus page. Now let me show you, the other thing is, if they don't leave the online review, now that's the difference between the feedback page and the online review. The feedback page, it's kind of like a survey. Hey, how did we do? Did your loan close on time? Did your house close? Were we responsive? Those types of things. We get 100% response rate on the feedback. What we don't get is 100% response rate on taking it online.
Gotcha.
And that's how we're trying to increase that. That's what we're trying to do to increase it. So, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I was trying to see. Okay. I was trying to see if we had any reviews. I'm doing it on the screen in the recording.
Oh, okay.
So people leave you a review. They can leave you a review, and you've helped us get a few of these, and then they have a choice after they leave it to put it online or not. And what was the ratio of people who do that? Do you have any idea?
It's the ratio, according to the company that did the survey, is about 20% will take it and leave it online. We're below that 20% to leave it online.
Gotcha.
Personally, now I've got a mortgage officer that's hitting about 45%. He's just knocking it out of the park. So, and what we've done is we've got a brand new system that is a feedback CRM that will actually automatically send out the feedback request, and it'll track it and send out 3 different requests to the client asking for your feedback. Let me stop the screen for a second, and I'll pull up a page to show you kind of how it works.
Okay.
Is that gone?
Yeah, it went away for a minute. Yep. Yeah, Greg was actually asking where did they leave it first. He's going to show you. I've been through this myself. I thought it was pretty cool. And I think technically you can ask people to leave you a review like after closing, but it's kind of you're going to get it on paper, and then you need to go and follow up and get it somewhere on the web looking cool. And not everybody can do. I don't know if anybody wants to type in Happy Tim clients, right? Tim, who was a member at one point. I don't know if he still is. Where you build a nice page and you have all your reviews there. It can take a little bit of work. And I think what Paul has is an automated way of doing it, which kind of fascinated me a little bit. I think he's going to show us that in a minute.
Okay, can you see my screen again?
Yep, it's popping back up now. Yep.
Okay, so this is a dummy account I have. It's live, but it's kind of not all the way up. So
Anyway,
so send out this link, and I pretty the link up a little bit, and I'll show you the CRM system here in just a second. But just the overview. Somebody, we send this out to somebody, say, hey, please leave us a review. They come in here and they give us their name, and we can ask for information there, name, phone number. We can ask for email address. All right, so they start leaving us a review, and it's automatically defaulted to 5 stars. We've got all the authorization for the Google Terms of Service. We're meeting all the Terms of Service and everything else. And they come in here and they say, Paul was great, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now when I started typing, you see the Google and the Facebook pop up, right? That's because I'm getting a 5-star review. If I drop that down to a 3-star review, those go away.
It's pretty slick.
So basically what we're doing is we're protecting your reputation by not allowing somebody to take that 3, 2, or 1 star and take it online. Okay, they'll get after this, it'll take them to a thank you page saying, hey, thanks for the review, we really appreciate it. And then you'll get an email saying, hey, you just left us a review, looks like we didn't do a great job, or whatever. And then what you can do is you can reach out to that client and see what you can do to make things better and try and get them to give you a better review next time. Or go back and redo it this time even. So that's what happens with a 3, 2, or 1. It's just redirected to a thank you page. But let me show you back to a 5-star review what happens here. And you can choose down here up to 3 different pages to redirect to when it's done. Obviously, we try and get as many people to Google as possible. Facebook, Trulia, Zillow, if you have realtor accounts, those would be great. Yelp, Yellow Pages, Super
Wait,
Pages. I mean, there's multiple ones.
wait, hold on. You can actually make it automatically post to Zillow? You can add that as a...
Well, there's a copy and paste feature on the next page. Let me show you
Okay.
here. So
You got
on
me
Google
excited.
here, now this is going to just redirect, I believe, to the Cheesecake Factory. Let me just... Okay, so you see my reviews over here. Whenever, let me pause this. Whatever was typed in on the first page is carried over right here to where all they have to do is click to copy and review. And then we have a video here saying, hey, thanks for the feedback. Would you do us a favor and take it and post it to an online review site for us? And that is where it gets redirected to the next page. So let me fast forward here. I've got a nice little thank you of me saying, hey, great, we appreciate the review. And then I actually go through a screen capture and show them step by step exactly how to leave the review on the next page.
Okay. So
whether it's Google or Facebook, I show them exactly where to leave the page.
So if you were doing a lot of Zillow stuff, you might specifically say, hey, thank you, just one more thing if you don't mind, and you'd be very specific and say, could you go over to Zillow and just copy this over?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I say in this video is, would you go over to Google and copy this over? Exactly.
Right, okay.
I just didn't want to play all that for you. And the other thing is we're kind of tweaking the thing a little bit, and I'm thinking about having a landing page with the video on the front, and you can have separate feedback pages, and you might have one that says if you have a Gmail account and you're on a desktop or laptop, click here, and it'll take them to the Google one because you can't leave it on a mobile device. If you have a Trulia account or a Zillow profile, please click here. We can set up different ones, and then all they have to do is click the button that fits their needs, makes it easy for them, and they're brought to this page after that.
Gotcha. Now,
so
what
now
about...
I've got that. Actually, I think I do have it going straight to my Google Plus page, but it's clicks to copy, and you're going to see... now I think I'm logged into my own account here, so it may not pop up. But normally, the review box. Oh, there it is. So all I have to do is select the stars, right click and paste, and there's my review. It's already on my clipboard, and then hit publish.
Now,
and it makes it. Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about on that video after? What if you were bribing people to go to Zillow, and how valuable would it be?
Well, there's penalties with Google for bribing. You can't have.
Okay.
you can't offer an incentive for a review. That's actually against, I believe it's FCC regulations.
Right. Okay. Never mind.
Now, here's another thing I have done though is you use send out cards too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've actually done a send out card where I have the instructions typed at the top of the card. It has a nice little front saying thank you and everything. You flip up the card, and inside is a step-by-step instruction on exactly how to leave the review. And then on the bottom of the card is, another little nice comment about a little more personalized thing. And I send that with a 4-pack of brownies with send-out cards. So I'm thanking them for the business. In a sly way, I'm kind of asking for the review to be taken online, but I'm also giving them step-by-step instructions.
Right, so you're playing on reciprocation, and you're also saying, hey, it's just another way to make a nice warm touch with somebody you just did business with, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Cool. So how do you leverage this to actually do deals other than organic traffic? Somebody might find you out there, but there's got to be ways you can, if you get a new review, are you mailing it to your database of foreclosure opt-ins? Or
yeah,
you putting
you take that review and it automatically. We have the capability of tying it into your social sites, your Facebook, your Google Plus, your Twitter account, your YouTube account. We have the capability of tying directly into all of those accounts. So when you get a good review, it goes out to everybody. Let me show you on Facebook here. Even my foreclosure page. let's see here. You see some of these are private feedback. The private
Right.
feedback are turned into these nice graphics here. But like right there, it takes his review and turns it into this nice little graphic, and then it posts it onto my Facebook page.
So it looks nice. It looks natural and organic. If somebody comes to your Facebook page, they see reviews mixed in.
Mixed in, exactly. That's the key. Is you want them to be mixed in. You know, and you have the opportunity of just the visual, the picture like this, or just the text version, or both. And I usually do both of them on those, just because I know some browsers do some things better with one rather than the other. So I try and cover all my bases on that.
And this all builds a page. Does this build a testimonials page out? You might have shown that a minute ago. So, like playing back to the retargeting thing we talked about in the beginning, in that example, what I did was all the people who opted in for the foreclosure list would then see a like campaign back to the mortgage guy's Facebook page. You know, maybe your whole wall of testimonials would be something you kind of retarget back to. Just trying to think of ways to integrate this into an overall marketing plan.
Right, right. Or just you know, in your email signature line, you know, I've got a lot of clients that are doing you know, CR reviews, and there's a link back to their Google Plus page with all the reviews on them,
Gotcha.
or their Facebook page, or you know, we also can post this onto your website using some HTML coding to where it's constantly updated, like the one I showed you on my real estate site. You know, and just have people go straight to that page.
Gotcha. Well, cool. Does anybody have any questions or comments about any of this? Paul, were you pretty much done with your?
Let me show you the CRM system. One quick second.
Yeah, and if anybody has any questions or comments, guys, you know, we're all friends here. Paul's got thick skin. I know he does. I mean, how do you feel about this kind of content as a strategy? Can you see working it in, or would you rather stick to more measurable, you know, pay-per-click, get the opt-in? You know, are we spending too much time on this or not? Would love to hear your feedback. Oh, everybody's quiet today.
Okay, Ryan, you there?
Yeah.
All right. So this is the CRM system where, let's say you just closed a deal and you want to ask your client for feedback. All right. We've got an email sequence set up, and it has your company logo. Sorry, that scrolled too fast on you there. Not trying to make people sick here. All right. So, and this can be fully customized. We value your opinion as a customer. It would mean a lot. They click on this right here, and that takes them to that feedback page I showed you earlier.
Oh.
Okay. I've got this set to go 60 minutes after I add them to my campaign. So an hour after they get added to my campaign, this email will go out. Then a day later, if they haven't replied to that, they haven't clicked that link, obviously we're tracking that link. If they haven't clicked that, another email will go out saying basically the same thing. It's tweaked up just a little bit. And again, it can be completely personalized and say anything you want. A third request 2 days after that. Now, if at any time they go in there and click the link and leave the review, these next ones don't go out. And these can be changed anywhere up to 7 days away. You can do minutes or hours. Let's say somebody has started leaving you a review and then they get distracted. Somebody comes in the office and they have to leave or something like that. We track whether they completed the review, and we start sending abandoned emails saying, hey, it looks like you started working on this, but didn't finish it. Would you mind coming back and doing it? And then complete the review and go from there. And there's 2 of those. There's a nice walkthrough wizard, super easy, but let me show you. I'm going to add you. Oh, there it is right there. Add contact. So all I have to do is add first name, last name, and your email. Which one do you want me to use, Ryan?
REtechulous is fine. Yeah. At REtechulous.com.
Okay, that's it. I just left the closing table, went back to my office, put you in the CRM. Now that that is set out to go out and start asking you for feedback. I don't have to think about it again. I don't have to remember. I don't have to track whether you did it and come back to it later.
Cool.
Yeah.
So if you've got, I can see this being really useful if you're cranking listings, you got a big team, you're doing 5, 10, 15 deals a month. You just make it part of your process. You have your admin go and enter the name in.
Right.
And then don't really need to think about it much more, huh? Because there's going to be some naturally left on Google, some left on your Facebook page.
Yeah, and that's the real value of this is with a team or a small office, a broker or something. They want to do this, but they don't have the budget to sign up with like Reputation.com at $2,000 a month or whatever. They can start building their online presence for a whole lot less money than that, and get those reviews out there. A lot of us ask for reviews. A lot of us, we have our own little Google form or something, or that's what a lot of people are using right now and stuff. But what happens is, what do you do with that review once it comes in, that client testimonial?
Yeah.
What do you do with it? I was talking to a mortgage officer out in Washington the other day, and he was real proud of the fact that he posted all of them online, and we were talking, and he sent me the link to where he posts them, and he basically scans in a copy of what they wrote, so most of it you can't read and everything, and then he posts that onto this page as an image. You can't read any of those things. It doesn't go out to his Facebook page, it doesn't go out to his Twitter account, it doesn't go out to any of that kind of stuff. So that's the key. That's the key. There is, a lot of people ask for reviews and stuff, but what do you do with them once you get them?
Right. So, okay. So I can see this. I'm trying to pull it all in. Not trying to be critical. I'm trying to pull it all in and figure out a practical way to get business from this. To really. I mean, I know people might Google you and find it. It provides a little more proof if they go to your website. Just some ideas. I guess you could put this stuff in your listing presentation.
Right.
Your email signature.
Again, we're a 5-star company.
Right. Here's what people have said.
Yeah. Here's what other people have said about us. What they, how they felt about working with us.
Would you drive traffic? I don't know if you've tried this. Have you ever tried driving traffic right to your reviews page? Like literally with a Facebook ad, it just says, "Hey, need a realtor? People like us."
No, I've not tried that.
Right, and then you and I have talked about doing pre-roll with this stuff too. Can you show one of your review commercials? That was another thing I thought was fascinating. Nobody's telling us to stop. I think people are just listening, and it's a little out of the norm for our session. Nobody's asking any questions or doing anything, so me and you can just keep going.
Okay. Let me pause my screen again so you don't have to see all the ugly stuff.
Yep. I could definitely see, and I'm doing this I helped a guy out with an insurance page recently, and for people who don't readily give, it seems to me to be the older segment, like everybody outside of that 24 to 45 or 50. So if you're over 50 or like under 24, it seems to be harder to pull an email, just from a sense for what I get, to get people to trust you enough. And it seems like adding this, just like the Facebook like button, but adding a review to your landing pages could help. Something we need to test. But have you ever tried that, Paul, where you just put like like your latest review right under the submit button, or on the second step VIP app?
No, I haven't. Now I have driven Facebook traffic just to one of these review commercials, and I had quite a few clicks, but it didn't lead to any kind of business or contacts or anything else. But it was just driving them to watch the video, really. I didn't have any kind of capture page or anything set up at the time.
So, Paul, where that might be awesome, because you're getting a lot of opt-ins from Facebook ads, maybe retarget back to that. So once they're already seeing your emails, then they kind of start to see this out of the corner of their eye, and it just reinforces the message.
Yeah. All right, here's one of those videos for you.
Yep.
It's unbelievably rewarding. We're so excited about our top-level service. This great 5-star review really motivate our team to work in the legal department. We're really happy to share this great feedback with everyone. This is a powerful testament to our policies and procedures that always ensures a 5-star experience.
Something messed up there.
Yeah, I see the SQL error.
Every time, and the feedback keeps coming in to prove. We love knowing the people we serve consider us the best company to do business with. We'd love for you to give us a chance to show you what we can do. Call us today at the number on your screen or visit us online. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.
How much can you customize that? I guess the phone number, the main website.
Yeah, the phone number, the company name, the website. I can customize what it says right here. Obviously, in the front, the
So
coloring.
if you had clicked to see our hot deals list or something,
Yeah,
you can do that kind of stuff.
The only problem is you can't really control what this guy is saying.
Okay. But that's
I
cool.
mean, he's talking about a review. I mean, that's the way the system is set up, is the customer leaving you a review.
I guess the main benefit here is you're getting the YouTube SEO out of it, right? I mean,
Right.
you're having something placed somewhere else, another form of media that people can find.
Yeah, and down here in the description, there's a link where they can click to go to your homepage, whatever link you want. And then you can customize all this just like you normally would with YouTube, obviously.
Gotcha. Does anybody have any questions about this stuff? I think it's interesting. You know, for me, like, this is something in the back of my head for REtechulous itself. It's like, oh, I should get around to doing more of this, and it's very much an afterthought. You know, it's when do I get to this on top of everything else? But it might be a matter of seeing the value, value in it. And I think what you've been doing is delivering this for people, right? Is that kind of what you do with
Correct.
Power Marketing?
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and just tying the whole thing together into one package and sending it, to where they don't have to think about it so much. All they have to do is add the contact and sit back, and everything is done automatically for them.
Okay.
The review request is done. It's posted to Facebook. It's posted to YouTube. It's posted to LinkedIn, Twitter. Those pictures, like this one over here on the corner, are posted on Pinterest and Foursquare.
Cool.
That kind of stuff. So, they get all that benefit, they get their name out there in front of people and everything else like that, basically just by adding somebody to the CRM and getting that review done for them.
Great. Okay, so key takeaways. Well, first, thank you, Greg. Greg's been, giving a lot of comments here, and the one big point he brought up is it's not quantifiable, but you have to assume it helps get you clients in the pre-sale stage because, like Paul said, 90% of people check you out online, and something like 70% go with the person who actually has the online reviews. And I think that's a really good point. It's kind of like you can't measure it, but you kind of know people are out there doing this stuff and will find you.
Well, I've got a loan officer here in Kansas City that's doing this, and he's picking up clients as far away as South Carolina. And they're telling him that they're finding him online with his reviews. They're picking him because of his reviews.
So mortgage guys are even more a dime a dozen than real estate agents, right? They all look the same to the consumer. So I guess.
Oh, I'm not going to say that.
Well, I will because they're all dealing. Because I think they're all with agents, you have a local product. You can be knowledgeable about a local niche or something. Mortgage guys are all working with the same product line. It seems to me, more or less. Greg can chime in and tear me a new one if he wants. I think he's a mortgage guy here chatting. But so I can see where in that case just somebody being able to Google and tell one guy from the next, and not be worried that you're going to get ripped off on points or rate quote or whatever would be useful. I guess if Paul, we don't have many questions here, but you didn't come here prepared. You weren't going to sell anything. I was just curious to know what you're doing. I know you have this little side business. I'll include a link to your side thing. I keep calling it little. Sorry, but I'll include a link to that for anybody who's interested with the recording. Anybody else is welcome to just chat in the ask Paul any questions you might have in the REtechulous private group. You're in there always, right? I see you in there a lot.
Yeah, quite a bit.
And then
I wasn't coming on here selling anything. I just,
yeah.
I mean, obviously it's a business and it's a product we offer, but you know, you can do some of these things on your own. I'm not gonna lie. You can certainly set up a Google page and ask for the feedback, and then you take that feedback and you can copy and paste it, put it on Facebook and a couple other things like that. You can do some of those things, absolutely, but this just kind of automates it and makes it professional.
Yep. Yeah, and that's why I wanted to have you on. First of all, it's been me alone for weeks, so I thought it'd be cool to have you on a different perspective. So I really appreciate you coming on, Paul. I know I kind of ambushed you. I knew you had your slides ready, but I didn't know if you knew you'd be presenting this whole time. So thank you for that. And then,
you're welcome.
And then, anybody else have anything you need today, or can we be done for the week, for the strategy session? Can I go jump in the pool? It's warm down here.
You suck.
All good. All right, well, thanks, guys. We'll get the recording live of this. Thanks again, Paul. Again, any questions you have for Paul, just hit him up in the private group, and I'll include a link with the recording to his services on this front. Yeah. Oh, Paul, what is your biz right now? Is it Power Marketing Plus or something?
Yeah, PowerMarketingPlus.com.
PowerMarketingPlus.com. Sent to all. And just for anybody wondering,
it probably does a better job of explaining things on that page than I do. Just like you said, I wasn't exactly prepared here, but.
Yeah, and you're mostly, this isn't like your main thing. You sell real estate mostly?
I do this mostly to try and, I'm trying to build myself up, and then I have the ability to resell it, so I'm doing that as well.
Cool. Well, everybody's saying...
It's not the main focus of my business, not at all.
Yeah. Cool. So, okay, and then I guess people, yeah. Do you ever do this for your clients? That's the other question I had while you were talking.
Can I do this for my clients?
Yeah, I mean, do you ever kind of provide this as an add-on or something you offer other business owners that you're encountering through real estate channels?
Absolutely.
To help them out and sort of provide more value for your real estate business.
Yeah, especially those review video commercials. You know, we can grab one of their reviews that they've got online already and throw one of those together for them, give it to them a couple days later, and they can embed it. They can take the MP4 file and post it on their sites and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the idea of the real estate agent becoming like a kind of a business advisor and getting business that way always intrigued me, like kind of those networking groups, because as agents kind of are trying all this stuff, but then you go and you talk to the lawyer, the insurance guy, the guy with the mom and pop pizza shop, and they're like 10 years behind us. So this is another way you can provide value to everybody, just share some of this knowledge, some of these techniques.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thanks for being on.
I've actually got a free report, Ryan. If anybody wants it, I can send it to you, put a link into the email you send out.
Well, spam the
and it
group.
kind of tells people how to build their 5-star reputation. They don't have to use any of this automation. It just kind of tells them, the strategy behind it, what they can do themselves. And of course, if they want to automate it, they can get in touch with me or something like that.
Yeah, you can pop it in the webinar thing right now. You can go ahead and put anything you want in the group, in the Facebook group about this.
Okay.
And then we'll link to it below the recording.
I'll just throw a free download link into the Facebook group later.
Okay.
And if somebody wants it, they can grab it. And it won't be any tracking pixels. I'm not going to retarget you and all that kind of stuff. So.
Okay. All right, Randy. Randy says send the report, so some people are interested in that. All right, we'll see everybody later. Tuesday we'll be live again for the basic session. Okay, see you later.
Thanks, Ryan.
See you.